Hi guys, Robert Rivera here with Trend Trading Academy, and this is weekly recap number 37, episode 37, I believe. We had quite an amazing week. Um, it's been a good start of the year. It really has. The market is moving well. Let me see. I'm already sharing. I think I'm already sharing the screen, but if not, let's share that screen right there. And I'm going to start with the trades of the week. I had only two official setups that I sent out. It was Monday was a holiday, and then I worked a couple of days this week, late at night traveling. So I was able to trade on the plane, but not really send out setups. I did send one in the community, and I always like to send something in the community every once in a while to reward those who are connected to the community. So that's one of them that was sent last night. So let's go ahead. I mean, this week. Let's go ahead and look at the charts, the setups. This is the one from Monday. No, Monday. No, Tuesday. Tuesday, because Monday was a holiday. And again, this was a nice one. I mean, it's a nice setup, is what I mean. We had already the reversal at the top of the zone. It's already curling down. We do have the trend line with the 50 moving average hugging it. That's always a good sign. And the object of this is if it breaks the inner trend line, which is this one, the inside one, it will come to the outside one. It doesn't mean that it's going to, guys. It could bounce from here and going up. It could bounce from the zone and will go up. It could bounce from the 50 and go up. Again, we just watch it and react accordingly. So this is what happened. And sure enough, it broke. It broke the trend line, came out here for a little bit, went back inside, retested the trend line, and dropped. I know some people got freaked out by this candle right here because it broke, and then this candle came up really, really strong. It looked like perhaps it's going to go to the top. But if you had already entered a sell here, there's no reason to panic. The stop loss is up here, right? And this zone itself is not that very big. So it's not like there's much to worry about. If you entered at the trend line break, which is the preferred entry here, right? That's what the trend line is there for, as an early entry. Then you were only like 7 or 8 pips in drawdown. That's it. If you entered at the zone down here, at the max, you were at 17 pip drawdown. And if you waited for the rejection wick that we always want to see, right? There was no rejection wick here. There was a rejection wick here, but let's say you would have not entered there yet. You have a rejection wick here, looking good for the downside, and then finally you get the big one right here as it's coming down strong. This would have been the time to get in as far as timing is concerned, and then it dropped for 55 pips. And again, 17 pip drawdown if you entered over here. Let's go to the next one. This was the next day, and nice little wedge, right? We got a nice wedge. We have that drop from the day before coming down. We could perhaps catch something to the downside. We could catch something to the upside. We don't know which way the market is going to go. We just go with it wherever it goes. And so here it came. It came back down and retested that wedge right there. I had entered off of the break of this consolidation, and I entered with 2 positions, and I got 16 or 17 pips or something like that. I was happy with that. I went to bed. In the morning when I woke up, I saw this massive move. It's like, wow, that would have been a nice catch. And in fact, a pretty easy catch because of the confluence right here, right? You have the wedge crossover. You have the moving average crossover. You have the 50 MA crossover. You have the zone, obviously, that is pressing against, and the momentum of it going to the upside with the London Open. I mean, that's just the right time to get in. It didn't retest down here. It retested up here. So this is my no retest trade. It retested up the golden zone. But it did give 117 pips for a beautiful, beautiful trade. Let's go to the next one. This is the one that I sent in the community. I think I was traveling. I think I was in Guayaquil, Ecuador, when I sent this out. Basically, we got it trapped in here, and it's doing this little action here, right? And in fact, I caught this sell, and I kept waiting for this to break out because my stop loss was, my TP was slightly below it. Again, I'm on the phone, and I'm not even paying attention to the trading view. I just had it on my phone, and I'm looking at the areas where it could reverse. And I knew there was an area here that it could reverse looking at the chart, but I was hoping that I could just come down just a little bit. There's another area of support down here. I could take my take profit. Well, no, it reversed on me, right? So as this candle here became an engulfing candle over this one, I went ahead and moved my stop loss from up here down to break even because I wanted it to just take me out at break even. I'm suspecting now, right, that this could turn into a buy. And so sure enough, it came and took me out, and then it crossed back inside the zone over here. And as soon as it gave me that pullback and broke out again, I took it. And I took it on this wick right here. This wick right here, I took my profit right here. And actually, it just kept going. And had I been home, I would have been able to take advantage of that because it broke nicely. It did a nice break. It did a nice retest, and it took off 50 pips. Breakout with retest, 0 drawdown, and it did the filling of the 1400 1.400 that I was talking about earlier in the week. On the last recap, I talked about it. In fact, let's go straight. Well, let's go to that just a moment, but let's do the numbers first. We had on those 3 setups that I sent out 222 pips. That's 74 pips per setup. We had 1 potential drawdown to 17 pips. So basically 17 pip drawdown with a potential 222 pips to win. That's not bad. And 2 of those setups had no drawdown whatsoever. Very nice, very nice, very nice. Now let's go to the chart so I can show you that filling of 1.40. Okay, so this is the weekly, right? This is the weekly on GBP USD, and this is the candle over here that I mentioned that once this candle had broken the high of this area over here, right? Once this candle broke this area over here, the support, the resistance that this had become, it broke it right there. Then the next logical place where the candle where price would go, it might come and retest here, but the next logical place that it would go, it would be to fill this candle, right? That makes sense. There is nothing in between to impede it going all the way up there. And where did it go? Exactly to that candle, exactly to that candle, like exactly to that candle. Now we need to wait to see what's going to happen here in this coming week. This could reverse for a little bit. This could come all the way down here. That's 100 pips, by the way, guys. How many pips is that? Let's find out. How many? That's a lot of pips. That's actually 200 pips. 200 pips coming back to the zone if it wants to come back and retest it before it breaks to the top side, if it actually breaks to the top side, or if it breaks to the top side and we get a close up here, then it will go for the all-time highs. Then we're looking at the all-time highs now. This coming week, we'll be looking at the all-time highs or a retest of the previous zone. So how many pips is that? Let's go check it out from where price is right now. To the bottom of the zone, 227 pips. To the top of the wick, almost 360 pips. That's something to look forward to. That is something to look forward to. You can also draw a trend line here, right? And see if you can catch a strong sell to the bottom. But again, it's very bullish. GBP USD is very, very bullish. Let's go to what else we got. Let's see. Let me see. I should have done it like this. Sorry, guys. I think I got it now. Let's see. Yep, there you go. Okay, so what do we have on the Canadian dollar? We spoke about this area right here, right? Let's go to the weekly so you can see it. We've been talking about this area right here, how it kept pressing up and kept pressing up, kept pressing up, and maybe this week it was going to break it. Well, it didn't quite break it, but it went pretty far in it. It went pretty far in it. It didn't break it, but it went 173 pips before it retraced. Okay, so it's looking like, let me see, it closed at the highs. It closed at new highs, guys. When you look at this area right here, right? Did it close? Actually, no, it didn't close above it. It tried to. It almost did. It closed higher than any of these other candles, right? It closed higher than the other ones that had wicked, but it still didn't close above the wicks. So we could get a retracement here again before a move up, before a bullish move up, or it could just keep going, right? If it does keep going to the upside, then again, it will encounter some resistance at the top of this zone, and the next resistance will be at this zone. That is a total of 150 pips before it reaches the next resistance, and another 250 pips after that, for a total of 400 pips to the top of that wick right there, which I believe it's seeking to fill it. Okay. The thing with GBP CAD is that, like Jay says, it tends to consolidate quite a bit before it makes its move. All right, what else we got? GBP NCD. GBP NCD, we've been watching this for a long time, right, guys? It had crossed. We talked about this. In fact, this is the zone that I drew out. This is the zone. I think this is the zone I drew out last week. I'm not quite sure. I'm expecting it to come all the way up here, but it didn't quite make it either, right? It almost did. It almost did. It's come back into, for those of you who can't see it, it's come back into the channel, right? So the next logical move for that is to test either the bottom or the high, right? Well, it went all the way up here from last week, from the beginning of last week, it went 235 pips, and then it reversed all those pips, man. That is crazy. It went 240 pips up, and it reversed every single one of those pips. So that's a strong rejection at this area here. It could break again, excuse me, the channel to come back and retest this area, perhaps to bounce up, perhaps to break down, all right? If it bounces from here and goes back up, watch it testing those highs, okay? Watch it test those highs. Again, this is where the zone is, although I rejected it right before it. So there could be another area down here where price is. In fact, let me go ahead and do this. This is what I'll do. Yep, gotta do that. Gotta do that. Gotta do that. You know what that does right there? Let me go adjust it a little bit. That includes this action over here, this action over here, this rejection right there, and of course that new rejection right there. Okay, so that's my new look at GBP NCD. Let me move that out of the way because that's just in the way. And yeah, it's looking bearish. It's looking bearish to me, right? I mean, this was a retracement from this move, and now after that strong rejection, it could break to the downside again. All right, as I've mentioned before, I don't discuss GBP JPY because it's too similar to GBP USD. I don't discuss GBP AUD because Joe has very good, strong discussion on that. But let's go to gold and see what gold did. Gold was active this week. Let's see. Let's go back to the weekly. Is that where I'm usually watching it, on the weekly with my flag up there, or is it a daily? I think it may be the daily. Let's go. Let's see. Yeah, I think it might be the daily. Maybe the weekly, I'm not sure. But what we have here is a continued rejection of this area, right? It kept trying to go up. It kept trying to go up. Well, let's go to weekly, right? Because that makes it clear that last week what it was doing. And so there you have it. Last week it rejected. I mean, last week it rejected this zone, this area right here. And this week it continued its move down. It broke through this potential zone over here and come back and retested this, which we had already marked out, right? We had already marked out before, and it came down, broke a little bit, it came back up, okay? This could provide support to continue going up, or watch it break down below this. If it closes below this 172, then the next logical place, way down here, 1687, and we'd be looking at the price from June of last year. All right. Again, it's been correcting this. It's been correcting since the high of August of 2020, and it has been coming down. I think gold may continue its move down if the stimulus packages pass and all that sort of stuff. People's emphasis is going to be in the stock market. The money is going to go to the stock market, not to gold. Okay. So taking the money away from gold to put in the stock market means this is going to keep coming down. All right. That's my prognostication for the moment. And that's it. Again, this is Robert Rivera with the Trend Trading Academy. I hope that you got value from this. And if you need more information on any of the weekly recaps, please let me know what I can add to it. I'm trying to keep this video short so you guys can enjoy it and have a beautiful Saturday. That's it. Peace. God bless you. Bye-bye.